Designer Accessory Adoption. Thanks for watching this video. Welcome back to my channel. My neck is a little bare. I feel like I need a necklace. I thought I would add a little spruce there and put a little heart necklace on. Alright, so we will get started with today's topic, and that is going to be over, if you buy pre-owned, can you get your handbag repaired? And even if you buy brand new, what can you get your handbag repaired? So we'll go ahead and get started with today's topic. I know some of those people out there some people that are not new to the secondhand market, or even not new to purchasing from higher end designers. You're probably screaming, "Yep, you can get it. Yep, you can get it repaired." I actually got a question from a friend about it, and I actually thought it was something that kind of like everybody knew, but I take that for granted because I knew it. And so I just wanted to share that information, and she told me it'll be a great topic, and I think it is too, because you can't make assumptions. Everybody doesn't know the same thing that someone else knows. And so I did want to share that information, and is the reason for the video today. So I'm going to talk about it from two perspectives. I know that there have been some recent changes with some fashion houses where you have to show proof of purchase and other with their store and things like that. So there may be some changes coming down the line or already in place for some fashion houses. If you buy something pre-owned and if you run into trouble trying to get it repaired. So definitely keep that in mind. This is not going to be a blanket statement for every fashion house in every situation, but for the most part, pretty much you can get your items repaired, but you want to check back with that fashion house and what their policies are. So for example, I'll start with the pre-owned side, and then I'll talk about getting a new item repaired. First up, I'll just grab a little eye candy. I should have had it sitting in my lap and I forgot. Alright, so it's going to be this beautiful baby right here. Turn my Lindy's charm around. So this is going to be the Salvatore Ferragamo Margot in small. This item I actually purchased off of Poshmark for well under retail. Got it brand new. I was grabbing it back out. It was time to pull it out again, and I was walking down the stairs with it, and I felt like something was moving a little bit more than it should have, but I didn't pay attention to it until I was getting ready to open it up, and I thought, what's this black mark? And so there was a small mark around this area here, and the reason for that is because the screw, and I'll open it up so you can see, the screw of this came out, and then this little metal part was swinging around a little bit. It wasn't swinging like this, but it just kind of moved a little bit, and so that's what made the little mark on the bag. So I actually took it to Ferragamo because we have a boutique here where I live. So I took it in, showed them the situation. So anyway, they filled out the paperwork and they sent it in. And I know that's another thing that some people will do as well. I know there's several people's channels that I watch. They will buy vintage pre-owned Louis Vuitton items, and then they will they need to be refreshed in the first place. So they use that also as their second source of authentication, because when you send something back to the original fashion house where it belongs to, regardless of where you got it from, if it is not authentic, they will bring it back to you. They will not repair it. So one of those tactics that people use, and it's not just with Louis Vuitton, I just use that one as an example because there's a YouTube channel, Justine Pennell, I believe her name is. Check her out. She buys a lot of beautiful goodies because she's able to have access to a lot of those consignment stores. But anyway, she would send it in to have it repaired, and so that was also served as her authentication process. It served as this second authentication process, because if this was not real, Salvatore Ferragamo would have looked at it and said, we can't repair this. And that has happened. I think I keep forgetting these people's names when I'm about to say them. I'll throw her name down in below. I do enjoy her channel too. She actually had this situation happen with a LV luggage tag when she tried to get it stamped. But anyway, when you send it in for services, they will recognize that something is off with that item and send it back to you and tell you that they cannot repair it. I don't know whether they will outright say it's fake, so we can't repair it, or whether they'll just say, I'm sorry, we can't repair it, and they won't say why. But that is also a reason, another source of authentication for you. So anyway, like I was saying, sent it in and had Ferragamo fix it because it was considered something that was a defect and not something that was like normal wear and tear, especially because this bad boy is new. They did not charge me for the services, but it just hung out with Ferragamo and it got fixed. So you do have options to buy something pre-owned and then have an item fixed through the fashion house. I do prefer to do that because then you get the original parts. You also have that fashion house craftsman looking at it and fixing it back to the standards that it should be. And so that's great as well, I feel like. Also, you can kind of build a rapport with that store in that way in case there's something that you want to purchase from there brand new directly from the boutique. So yes, so long story and examples to say, yes, you can have your item repaired that you buy secondhand. There's plenty of people that have purchased items secondhand through other retailers and have taken their items back to either be repaired, refreshed, if something goes wrong with it. So definitely know that just because you buy it secondhand, just because you are not the original owner that bought it from the store or the website, does not mean you cannot get it repaired. Now, it does not mean that you will be able to get it repaired for free. In this case, this was something that was considered a defect, and a lot of these luxury fashion houses stand behind their items. Sometimes things slip through, and they will fix those items for free. You also know in the back of your head if there's something that you're needing to fix, especially like a vintage item, you're going to have to pay to have that fixed because it's really old. The second example that was, I'm looking at my timer, that was almost 15 minutes, 12 minutes. All right, so next up is going to be, my lighting is changing on me. Let me try to change that around. Okay, whatever, we'll live. So second example of, and I just wanted to share this in case people did not know this. If you do buy an item from a fashion house, also from a third party authorized retailer, so that could be Selfridges or Bloomingdale's or Neiman Marcus, Harrods or wherever, if you buy an item from that store, like for example, I bought this Burberry bag. I did buy it directly from Burberry. I did buy it directly from Burberry. I don't remember the name of it, but if I can find the name, this is an old one. I'll leave it down below, and I still left it stuff. But anyway, if you do buy items from there and you need them fixed, you can bring them back to the fashion house to have them repaired. And so I bought this, like I said, from the Burberry boutique locally. And backstory with this was, actually this was my trade-in replacement for a bag that I bought. So actually I purchased a Novacek tote, and it had, the handles had a kind of like this metallic bronze handle strap on, and the bronze started peeling. So I took it in to Burberry. They looked at it and they gave me two options. They said, yeah, this is definitely defective. Now we can, and they took it in, and I want to say that they looked it over first, and then they called me back actually to let me know that it did not meet quality standards, and that I had two options, which was I could buy another Novacek because they weren't going to give me that one back because it was defective. So they said you can either get another one of these, and they didn't have that bronze one in the store because I actually had purchased that one in New York. You can get another one of, like, another bag with the same price, or you can we'll give you full refund back, not refund like give you the money back, but basically it's kind of like a credit. So whatever the bag was worth, let's say I paid $400 for it, you can take that $400 and apply it to something else that you want to buy. So at that time, this will probably blow your socks off. At that time, full leather handbags were going for less than $1,000. This one, I don't remember the exact price, but definitely was under $1,000 back then. So I said, you know what? That's a little bit more of an expensive bag. I can take that money and put it with the value that they're going to give me for my other bag and just get a more expensive one. So that's where this one came into play, and this is the one that I bought to allow myself to jump into the leather part of the store. Just to mention that out there, that if you do buy a luxury handbag from, it could be Chloe, it could be LV, it can be Ferragamo, Burberry, what have you, Gucci, take that item back in there if it's defective, if it doesn't work, and have it repaired, because they stand by their product. They should stand by their products, and a lot of them do. All of them pretty much do stand by their products. They also will stand by their craftsmanship. It doesn't look well to them, or it's not good on them if they give you a handbag, it starts breaking down, and then they say, oh, well, that's normal wear and tear, and it's only been 6 months, or it's only been a year. And even after that, if it's just normal wear and tear, they'll fix it, because that's good advertisement for them later on when you talk to someone about your handbag or they ask you about it. It also creates a repeat customer. So if you had a good quality bag the first time, you're more likely to come back again for a good quality bag again. It helps their bottom line and their revenue in the future. So all of that speaks to kind of why they really want to make sure their bags are repaired, their bags are functioning like they should. So just wanted to throw that out there in case you did not know. If you do buy a luxury handbag, whether you buy it new or directly from the boutique or anything like that, also take it back. It can be repaired. Now, they do have third-party services. So, for example, if you do run into a situation where you bought an item pre-owned, it's vintage even, and you go back to the fashion house and they will not fix the item due to whatever their current policies are, you can take that item a third-party company. I don't want to throw out any because I haven't used any personally, but there are several out there. I know there's a lot of YouTube videos on people that have actually used some of those third-party companies, but you can go reach out to that third-party company and they will fix your item. I know some people just saying, with knowing ahead of time, if you do decide to go the third-party route, if you take that item that has been fixed by a third-party company at some point, and then you take that same item back to the original fashion house and have something else, you try to have something else done with it, they can tell what their work is. They will not touch your item at that point. So that's just something to think about if you do go third party. If you ever think you want to go back to the fashion house to have something else done on your handbag, they will not touch it once they see evidence that it has been repaired by another service. Also, you do run the risk of a third-party service, damaging your item if they don't do something correctly. So that's also a reason why you may want to go with the fashion house versus a third-party service. But sometimes, because of cost, because of other situations, you may have to go third party. So just wanted to throw some of those options out there for you. Those are two examples, and I hope that this helped. So anybody out there purchasing pre-owned secondhand, you can have that bag repaired. Also, anybody who was not aware that you can actually take your item back to the store and have it fixed. If you bought it brand new from the store, you definitely can. Even if you bought it from, like I said, another authorized retailer like a big box store like Bloomingdale's or elsewhere, you can also bring it back to the fashion house and have it repaired as well. So, hope that was helpful for you. Definitely leave your comments down below. Let me know if you have any questions. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up to like it. Also, I would love it if you subscribed. I typically load videos every Wednesday covering topics related to fashion, luxury, focusing on the secondhand market, contemporary brands also, and I do throw in some lifestyle topics from time to time as well. So consider subscribing if any of those topics are of interest to you. And before you leave, check the links down below so you can check out another video. Bye.